Yo ho ho Da Mafia. Welcome to yet another edition of the Da Mafia Report. And just so happens to be the third day of the dropping a video every day for an entire year challenge. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I've been rolling, okay? Hence the title of this video. It's damn right. I am going to be giving you the top 5 teams currently in the NFL right now, post-draft, post-off-season. As a lot of us know, rookie minicamps have already started for a couple of teams thus far, so things are about to be interesting. Things are about to be very, very interesting. Yeah, Da Mafia, right before we dive into it, I do want to go on ahead and remind everybody, I am giving away either a PS5 or an Xbox Series X on July 2nd, which so happens to be my 30th birthday. I'm not looking forward to my 30th birthday, but you should be looking forward to potentially winning a next-gen console. How you enter, very simple. You have to be a subscriber to my YouTube channel. You have to screenshot proof of it and DM it to me over on Instagram. Following me on Instagram will probably be worth your while as well, because that's exactly where I'm going to be announcing the winner. So if you want a chance to win one of those bad boy systems, go on ahead and enter the contest today. I guarantee you that you will not be disappointed. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on ahead and dive into this, starting with the 5th best team in the NFL. And that just so happens to be the Cleveland Browns. Any of you were in a coma in 2015, just woke up and are watching this video, you would probably think the world has ended. I mean, some may argue it already has. Who the knows these days? But yes, I stand by it. I think the Cleveland Browns really have their shit put together for the first time in my lifetime, at least. And I'm happy for them. I really am. Being a Bills fan, seeing bottom dwellers of the NFL finally put together a decent team is really heartwarming. And so looking back right into the AFC divisional round, the Cleveland Browns put up a hell of a fight against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, granted, Mahomes ended up getting hurt for the last quarter, and there was that botch call right at the end zone. But the Cleveland Browns were very close into beating the Kansas City Chiefs and going to face the Buffalo Bills in the AFC Championship. This year during their offseason, they've made several moves. They ended up going on ahead and addressing their pass rush issue. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that they have a pass rush issue, especially since Myles Garrett's on that damn team. But they also ended up adding Jadeveon Clowney. Now, Clowney, I mean, he really hasn't been a sack monster the past couple of years. Some may say he's even overrated. But regardless, still a great addition to their pass rush and to their defensive line. Then, not to mention, they ended up signing John Johnson, very talented safety that's going to continue to improve their defense. And then they also ended up getting Gregory Newsome, who is a top cornerback prospect in the NFL draft. And then Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I am so sorry, Jeremiah, if I completely butchered your name. Regardless, I think that the Cleveland Browns ended up going on ahead and addressing their defense and adding as many pieces as possible so they can go on ahead and let in my opinion, the best run game in the entire NFL sort of run the show. And so as long as Baker Mayfield doesn't get caught at a Cheesecake Factory again, I think things are looking good. The Cleveland Browns are currently sitting at number 5 on the Da Mafia Power Rankings. Number 4, this is going to be the Green Bay Packers. Now, I am completely aware of what is going on over there. You just so happen to have Aaron Rodgers, who in my opinion is probably one of the biggest douchebags in all of sports. Let's just call it how we see it here. And there's a possibility that he may not even play for the Packers at this point. If that does happen, the Packers are going to dip all the way down into the 20s, I would say. I mean, you can't take, in my opinion, one of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL and replace him with Jordan Love, who obviously, I guarantee you, Aaron Rodgers did not tutor that guy at all last year, let alone make eye contact with him during practice. So it's pretty intriguing once you look at the Packers at this point. What was interesting was the fact the Packers didn't even seem like they really improved much this offseason. It was very anticlimactic. Much to Rodgers' frustration, they have still yet to get him yet another playmaker, although that they have a tremendous group of running backs. And they also have probably one of the best receivers in all of football, but I mean, who am I, all right? If you can't keep Aaron Rodgers happy, then how dare you? Regardless, if Rodgers stays, they're going to be sitting at number 4, second best team in the entire NFC. Number 3 is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know exactly what you're thinking. You're like, Dan, the audacity that you have for saying the former Super Bowl champions are not number 1, or at the very least, number 2. Now listen, I am going to completely admit that yes, they just so happen to be one of the first teams, I believe since 1994, that was able to pull back 22 of their starters. Essentially, their entire team is back. Where they're getting this money, I have absolutely no idea. But, I mean, once you end up looking at the fact that they have a disgusting pass rush, I mean, they made Patrick Mahomes look like a junior varsity quarterback out there during the Super Bowl. You still have Tom Brady, who I am very hesitant to say that he's due for a regression year. I've been saying that since 2017, and I feel like I might as well stop because I'm just jinxing the fact that the man's going to be playing forever. So this team still looks very, very good. I know that competition has dwindled, particularly within their division with Drew Brees retiring. The Panthers have a lot of question marks when it comes down to Sam Darnold, whether or not that he can even make an impact and threaten the NFC South at this point. It's very hard to count the Buccaneers out, especially since they have their entire team coming back, Super Bowl team for that matter, in 2021. Barring any injuries, I am fully expecting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to reach at the very least the NFC Championship at this point. Number 2. The Buffalo Bills. Surprise, surprise, right? The Buffalo Bills fan, the Homer Bills fans, calling his team for being number 2. Yes, maybe I am a homer, okay? In fact, I'm almost willing to admit that. But the Bills just so happen to be good enough where I can at least give out some type of argument and make sense to the majority of objective people out there. Much like the Buccaneers, the Buffalo Bills were able to absolutely pull magic when it came to going on ahead and bringing back some very key free agents. People that we didn't even think were possible in bringing back. Most notably, Matt Milano, one of the most underrated linebackers in the entire NFL. We also ended up getting Darrell Williams to come back, a sleeper offensive lineman for the Buffalo Bills at this point. John Brown had to leave. That sucked. But we ended up getting a player who, in my opinion, is better and ended up costing our team a bit less money and was better for our bottom dollar in Emmanuel Sanders. Between Emmanuel Sanders, Cole Beasley, Stephon Diggs, and second-year Gabe Davis, we legitimately have a route running clinic that is about to be put on in 2021, scaring even some of the best secondaries that football has to offer. Now, obviously, there's still some question marks. Can the Buffalo Bills run the ball? Right? I mean, I know a lot of Bills fans aren't necessarily happy with me that I think running back is a huge necessity. I will die on that hill. I still do. Perhaps Matt Breida, who we just ended up signing, who's been plagued for injury for the most of his career. When he is healthy, he's probably one of the fastest running backs in the entire league. Perhaps the speed issue we had in the running back position will be addressed. And then our second biggest issue, of course, was the pass rush. But since this previous draft, Gregory Rousseau, Carlos Basham, and an AJ Epinesa, who is going to be entering his second year, hopefully having matured a bit during this offseason. Mario Addison, who is coming back. You never know. And so I really think the Buffalo Bills' pass rush issues have been addressed, and it's going to be able to help us rewind time and be able to compete against teams that have very, very talented offensive lines and let our offense just absolutely shep it up in the kitchen. Last but not least, this hurts me to say, especially since I'm still pretty butthurt about this entire situation. The Kansas City Chiefs, right? The Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, it is very difficult for me to say that they are not the number one team in the NFL at this point. Finding weaknesses in this team was nearly impossible last year until the Super Bowl, right? Where we realized that if they go up against any type of competent pass rush, well, more so of an elite pass rush that Tampa Bay ended up putting on them during the Super Bowl, they just fucked, man. Like, that pass rush made Pat Mahomes look terrible. So the first move that the Kansas City Chiefs did is they ended up bringing in Joe Thuney from the New England Patriots, one of the best offensive linemen in football. Then Tardif is coming back. He was the gentleman that ended up opting out of the 2020 season so he could provide medical assistance to the countries in need during the offseason. Super cool of him. He is coming back, and then some draft picks that they ended up going on ahead and trying to fix the offensive line, essentially the Achilles heel to the Kansas City Chiefs, and hence to why they lost the Super Bowl. So Del Mafia, that's going to go on ahead, and that's going to be my top 5 teams in the NFL so far. Do me a favor, drop in the comments who you think the top 5 teams are. Do you agree with where I put some teams? Did I miss out on your team? Go on ahead and sound off in the comments. Let me know what's going on. And once again, Dom Mafia, thank you for tuning in to yet another edition of the Dom Mafia Report. I will see you tomorrow. And before I let you go, always remember, let's go Buffalo.